You walk into the shop, you pick it yourself,
Yeah.
and you walk out, and somehow it kind of recognizes you, and there's something in your mobile phone that you would have integrated before that it charges your account as you're walking out.
Buying trends are shifting. Coronavirus is changing everything as we know it, and I believe it is changing the commercial real estate as we know it. Welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. We are here in the Istanbul office of Property Turkey with Cameron Deggin. And today we'll be talking about something rather topical and also very, very interesting. Commercial real estate. And how...
How interesting is that?
Oh, well, I mean, see, this is the thing about commercial real estate. There's no emotional attachment there. It either makes sense or it doesn't make sense.
You're actually right. There's less emotional
attachment. It's not as residential when you go into a house and you get it. Yeah, of course.
It's not like buying a home. Is it south facing? Is it north facing? Is it blue or is it pink?
Yeah, it's just an investment. And right now, commercial real estate is going towards different directions. The buying trends are shifting. Coronavirus is changing everything as we know it. And I believe it is changing the commercial real estate as we know it.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you see this?
Well, let me put it this way. For a great majority of our clients who inquire on commercial real estate, I actually discourage them.
For commercial real estate?
I do. Yeah. I discourage a great majority of our clients for two main reasons. Reason number one, the level of investment that they're planning to do, in my opinion, is not sufficient.
What's that level? What are we talking about?
I mean, I wouldn't want to call a figure, but what I'm saying is, if you are looking to make a viable investment in commercial real estate, come with a sizable budget. I'm not talking about multiples or millions of dollars, but as a rough guide, minimum $500,000. Minimum. Yeah. Because anything less than that will buy you something in a second grade, third grade area, and of that area, something on the side streets. So you're never going to be able to attract corporate clients with longevity who, been around for a while.
Who's going to come in with 10-year, 5-year contracts.
Who's going to come in with 5-year contracts, 10-year contracts. And in fact, coming in with it easy, but seeing through with it. The staying power. You want to attract, especially if you're a foreign investor trying to manage your investments remotely. Yeah. You want to make sure that you have good, strong tenants that are there to stay. But if you're not coming into the market with the right investment level, your chances are finding the right prime location commercial units that will have the curb appeal or the foothold area to catchment area to actually be able to attract the right types of clients. Yeah. You're not going to stand a chance. We are working with a client in United States who is looking to invest in Turkey, and he likes commercial real estate. And we are in the process of closing a deal on a Starbucks shop. Yeah. It's at the end of the day, it's commercial, it's retail. Yeah. It's retail outlet. It's Starbucks branded, and the tenant is already incumbent. So, but he's spending, if I remember correctly, he's spending over $1 million. Yeah. But he's buying commercial real estate with a corporate international brand. Now, Starbucks and companies like Starbucks, they have a name to uphold. True. So they won't move into a premises only to move out after 2 years. So they will give you at least a 5 times 2 contract. It's a 5-year times 2 contract. Yeah. Now, for example, this particular client of ours, I think he will do very well out of it because he has Starbucks as a client there to stay for 10 years. Yeah. He will get the contract, and within his contract, there is likely to be a clause that allows him to increase the rent every year or every other year to catch up with inflation in Turkey, which means that by year 3, latest by year 5, he will be on 8-9% per annum, which is a rather handsome rental return.
Especially in Istanbul. Yeah, but right now, Cameron, we're going through very, very strange times. Nothing is under normal circumstances right now. We have this new normal as we go on with our lives. So the life as we know it is changing. People are moving towards online buying and e-commerce rather than traditional going to shops and, doing groceries and stuff like that.
Online business.
Online business, exactly. How will this trend change the commercial real estate industry?
Which brings me to my second point as to why I said I tend to discourage a great majority of inquiries that come in for commercial. It's the changing face of retail. You see, the online business is slowly, well, in fact, in some countries, not as slowly,
very, very
rather
fast.
rapidly, taking over retail outlets. And when we say retail outlets, we mean the small point of sale outlets on the high street. From grocery stores to independent stores to clothing stores to bookstores to takeaway restaurants, even to small restaurants. These businesses are and will come under significant amounts of pressure from online business. And COVID-19 will only act as an accelerator.
I mean,
of this situation.
let me reinforce.
You may have some statistics for this.
Always. I always come prepared. Listen, in 2014, total online sales reached $1.3 trillion, but that number has more than tripled in 2020 to $4.2 trillion.
Where was that?
Globally.
Globally,
yeah.
So what percentage of consumer spending is online now? Do you have that figure?
According to e-commerce stats, online shopping will make 22% of global retail sales by 2023.
Okay. If you look at 2023. Okay. Global.
Okay, let me tell you something very, very strange here. We are counting the 2020 numbers up until the month of April or May. We still have 7-8 months to finish 2020. Well, right now we're in June, but we haven't counted June. There are no statistics about June 2020. But by the end of this year, this figure might dramatically change. 22% in 2023 figure might as well change very, very much.
I agree, because the projections that you're reading, they are projections that were made in 2019. Because in 2019, globally, online business grew by 15%. Now, this is an amazing number. So basically, from 2018 to 2019, in 1 year, online business grew by 15%. Now, retail business globally did not grow by 15% in 1 year. If anything at all. If it grew at all. Which means that 15% growth is either entirely or significantly growth that has been taken away from retail outlets. Do you see what's happening? In 1 year, online business grew by 15%.
Or the retail owners themselves, the ones who they actually own those stores, are setting up online businesses.
Well, most retail owners have now got very strong online businesses.
Let me give you another data. In Turkey, 50% of retail businesses are now looking to move to e-commerce.
Of course.
50%.
Especially during and after coronavirus, COVID-19. Now, the COVID-19 is an eye-opener.
True.
Is an eye-opener. And COVID-19 will... The one sector of all economy in the world that COVID-19, if it is a sector at all, will benefit the most is online business.
Oh my God.
COVID-19 is going to do this to online
Look at
business.
Amazon.
Exactly.
Jeff Bezos is richer than the richest man in the history. Can you, you can't even count the guy's money. He was 174 billion US dollars.
Something like that,
But that was That was in the beginning of 2020.
This is a bigger number than the GDP of quite a few countries in the world. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
And he's an online.
And
business.
Look at Amazon. Amazon exceeded $1 trillion.
True.
$1 trillion.
One of the first companies
Turkey doesn't even have $1 trillion economy. Well, in our GDP nominal, we have slightly less than that. But in our GDP PPP, we have something like 2.5 to 2.8 trillion dollars
so?
GDP. Yeah, I think I read it somewhere or watched a video. There is a shop in the US, I think owned by Amazon.
Okay.
It's a retail shop, no workers. It has a facial recognition system.
Okay.
You go in there, the machines recognize your face and your Amazon account pops up. Whatever you take there pops up in your Amazon account and you pay it through Amazon.
Pick it from the shelf.
It's just like your...
Actually, yes. And I think in Japan, what they have is, and in China too, what they have is, you walk into the shop, you pick it yourself, and you walk out, and somehow it kind of recognizes you, and there's something in your mobile phone that you would have integrated before that it charges your account as you're walking out.
I mean, look at us. We have virtual reality tours.
We have actually, over the past 2 months, we have actually engineered the virtual reality from scratch. We can give almost seamless.
I have personally developed that technology, and it's a 360 live stream where you can follow where your agent is on the location. You don't have to leave your home, and at the comfort of your home, you're always in contact with your field agent, with your real estate agent, and the guy takes you from project to project, from property to property, and even down to the negotiation part. You don't have to do anything. And when it comes to reserving the apartment, all you have to do is just send it online through your credit card, and that's it. You buy home online now.
That's the future of business. I mean, any investor who fails to recognize the changing face of the commercial world is setting himself up for trouble, in my opinion.
Let me give you some more stats to further reinforce what you said. Okay. In the last month alone, the number of retailers in Turkey wanting to go online has increased by 50%. There has been 200% increase in the online sales of food, groceries, cleaning supplies, books, toys, and textiles. Turkey had experienced 10 times more increase in online shopping in 2009. The volume of e-commerce accounted only for 3% in 2009, and it's risen up to 30% in 2019. And I am very, very curious what the numbers will be in 2020.
So basically, now this is amazing. So basically what you're saying is, in the past 10 years, online business grew from 3% of all retail to 30% of all retail in Turkey.
Yeah.
I would bet my bottom dollar, as the American expression goes, that in the next 5 years, and after COVID-19, that 30% is going to be 60%.
Or maybe even more.
I'd say around 60%. But even at a rate of 60%, that means at least 50% of all small retail outlets on the high streets
will be out
of business, will close. Do you know what's going to happen to them?
What?
They'll be regenerated into residential buildings.
Hence my question. Let me ask my question. Okay. Me and my wife were looking for a new house. Okay. She has a business. She has an online business. She's in textiles.
I know she's got online clothing business.
She's selling online clothing.
She's doing very well, actually.
So normally, if this was not even 10 years, 5 years ago, what we would be doing is to rent a small retail shop, bring her entire collection to there and sell it there. But what we have done instead is that we've rented a villa in Zekeriya.
So you actually moved into a bigger home
with a big garden,
so that you have more space to do that.
Yeah, so she can take her photos, so she can upload them on the website, and she sells
because
online. She's selling online.
Her business does not at all rely on people walking into a shop. It's purely online.
Yeah, that is a prime example right there, and that's just me. And while I was in the market, the rental market, looking for houses actively, what I have noticed is that a lot of people are looking for bigger residential spaces, sort of places with garden, rather than smaller office spaces.
100% there's going to be a polarity in the market. And this is something I've been saying for the past 2 years already. Some clients took it on board. Some clients did not. But there will be a polarity in the market. There'll be residential real estate will have a divide of small urban units. Will become more and more desirable. These are 1-bedroom, affordable luxury apartments, maybe 2-bedroom, 1 and 2 bedrooms, but small units that are geared toward ever growing population of professionals in Istanbul.
Young professionals as
well. The average age being 28, 29, you can understand why that is the case. And people are delaying their age of childbearing age. They're not raising children as early as they used to now. They're actually delaying that process well into their 30s now, which means that they're single and they are without children longer, which means 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom properties close to their workplaces, close to and within the bustling city centers that young people still want city centers. Give coronavirus or not, young people will want city centers because that's their social life, that's where they work, that's where they have fun. And for young people, fun and work are the 2 most important things. Okay? All right. So small, and then the polarity, the other side is going to be homes with birds and bees, gardens, basically. Gardens. Larger homes, but not in the city center. So we're going to find 2 segments of residential real estate market growing rapidly. The larger nature homes types properties along the outer boundaries of the cities, but nicer suburban areas.
Like Zekeriyaköy, Kemal,
less densely populated areas where people will have more green and more space around them, and affordable luxury facility serviced apartments in the city center. These are the 2 segments of the residential real estate market that I would put my money in. All I'm saying is, if you are going to invest in commercial, play big. Otherwise, go residential.
What do you think about warehouses, depots? A lot of people are going online. A lot of people need depot spaces.
That's the next big thing.
That's
the next big thing. In fact, that trend has already happened in Western Europe, in the UK, in Germany. That trend has already happened. Around big cities, in what we call the orbital motorways around the cities. These are the motorways, like the arteries of the cities, that actually carry the traffic in and out of the cities. Peripheries of the cities. They tend to be sort of like little hubs around the cities. Around those hubs, what we have seen in the last 5 to 7 years are larger warehouse-style premises being built because they did not exist. Being built. And these types of warehouse spaces, they are being used as distribution hubs for online businesses. Some of those warehouse spaces are used for storing perishables, so they need to have the right climate control, the right electronics, the right technology. All these things are becoming very, very, very important depending on what you're storing and what you're distributing. And some of them do not have such requirements, so they're more basic warehouses. But bottom line, warehouses, large warehouses, are the next big thing in commercial real estate, and Istanbul does not have many of them. So there'll be a need for them in years, in months and years coming. So I would tip that, but again, you're not going to get into that market with $200,000-$300,000.
What's the budget there?
Well, it depends on the size of it, where it is. On the location, but I'd say to you that if you want to go into that kind of thing, you're looking at minimum $2-3 million investment, minimum. So again, if you're coming in with I don't know, anything up to $400,000-$500,000 investment, actually in reality even higher than that, go residential. That would be my advice.
Cameron Deggin, lovely conversation.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. All right, end of another episode of Straight Talk. Please comment your questions down below. I personally read them, and we would like to take on your questions on our Straight Talk here. And also with this WhatsApp number here, you can reach us and you can ask any question that you like. Until then, see you in the next episode.
See ya.